Word Wednesdays. So, what are the topics that are up for discussion? It may be love, health, or career. We could discuss the struggle, your worth, or your fears. Word speaks about it all, and all are welcome to pull up a chair. I could care less about your age, race, gender, status, or geographical location. I am here to address these topics every other Wednesday. That's the word, and that's me. I know you all been waiting patiently to sit here with me and sip a cup of tea. The overall message is unity, world peace, and most importantly, LOVE. Welcome back to Word Wednesdays. I am Nina St. Cyr, the founder of Written Smith 101. To learn more about me, please visit my website at www.writtensmith101.org. Now, today we will discuss the topic of sisterhood. We will discuss what sisterhood is and why sisterhood isn't as formulated as it should be. Now, first, let's address what sisterhood is. Sisterhood is a bond between women of all ages, all races, all ethnicities, all social classes. Now, the reason why I chose this particular topic is because I'm noticing that the ill will that one woman feels towards another is unbelievable. I can't fathom how such a feeling could derive from a look at one woman from another. You know, just the presence of a woman entering a room is a threat to another woman. Or, you know, the way a woman carries herself, her appearance. And it really baffles me because I don't understand why it is this way. Now, I know that men tend to do the same thing in the company of some particular men. Now, this is very rare when you look at it from a comparative angle because men don't do it as often as women do it. But when it pertains to women, you know, they can just see a woman walk into a room and automatically they're threatened, especially when they are in the company of their boyfriends, husbands, whatever, you know, companion, whoever they may be in the company of. And it baffles me. And the reason why I decided to record this and to speak on this particular topic is because there has to be a change when it comes to the way that we look at sisterhood. And I know some of you guys that's listening to this, you probably are like, you know, I don't want to hear this. But honestly, you really do need to hear it. Because I know sometimes it may frustrate you when you're in the company of a very insecure woman. Now, when I speak about insecurity, I speak of it in a general sense. Because not all women are insecure and not all men are insecure. But when it comes to an outlook, a perspective of one person relating to another person, especially when they are of the same gender, it becomes kind of strained. And I can't explain why. You know, me personally, I've never felt myself being placed in a situation where I had to compare myself to another woman. In fact, I can honestly say I would be the first to compliment another woman rather than to put her down. But I've seen first, second, and third hand women, just down other women for no apparent reason. I mean, no particular apparent reason. And I can't understand why this particular attribute is most common in women than it is in men. Now, I've experienced, because I've hung out with guys my entire life, I actually prefer the company of men over the company of women. And not for, typical reasons such as, oh, I like to be in a company of males because, males make me feel like I'm attractive or I have low self-esteem. There are women out there that really have the company of males only to validate themselves. That's not why I prefer the company of males over females. I actually prefer the company of males over females for this particular reason, for the fact that sisterhood isn't as bonded as it should be. And you can't trust certain women because of the way women look at other women. You can't trust certain women because of the way women compete with one another. And as I said earlier, the guys may listen to this and say, this is not a topic that I am interested in. However, you should be interested in this topic because if you are involved with a very insecure woman, you would learn something from this particular recording when I'm talking about sisterhood. Because I am going to tell you the reason why your woman is as insecure as she is and why she continues to call your phone and, try to know your whereabouts every time you step out the door and why you are looked at someone who cannot be trusted. Now, I am not talking to the men who are serial cheaters. In fact, these particular men, you bring this behavior upon yourself. And, on an outside note, not even in relation to this topic, honestly, I'm not going to say a woman is justified for, constantly observing another woman or feeling as if she's inadequate around the company of other women or when her man is around the company of other women. However, when you place a woman in a situation where she has to compare herself to another woman due to the fact that you have chosen to share your affections, you basically put yourself in that situation. And even though some relationships tend to stand the test of time after, an incident such as cheating has occurred, it is very hard to get back to a place where you once were. And a real man who has made mistakes in his life, he will know that. And most of the times, I would say probably 75% of the times, those relationships never work because those women tend to hold on to their insecurities. In fact, their insecurities are hyphen. And they are so insecure that they want to hold on to the man for dear life. They don't want him to leave the house. They're calling his phone. But that's a total different topic altogether. Now we're talking about sisterhood and the way women view other women. And the reason for this is because for some reason, women are always in competition with another woman. It may be for the most trivial reasons. The way she dressed, the way she carries herself, her boyfriend, how she lives, her career, just the most trivial things that to some people would just be looked at as average or normal. And it has nothing to do with social status. It has nothing to do with race, and it has nothing to do with age. This is just typical behavior for women in general. Now, when you come to the idea of asking yourself, are all women the same? No, all women are not the same. Because as I said earlier, I can honestly say to you that I have never looked at another woman with envy or jealousy. In fact, the most that I have done towards another woman was handed out a compliment. And that's what all women should do. If you admire how a woman has her hair, I like your hair. Your hair looks nice. Don't pass judgment. Oh, look at her. She thinks that she's, the cat's meow. Or, she's just around to take somebody's boyfriend. Look how short her skirt is. We as women need to realize that when we are out here looking at other women and thinking about them competing against us, half of these women are not even worried about us. You are the only one that is worried about the next woman. And that is an internal issue rather than external. So please do not put that on the next woman. Unless another woman actually comes up to you and says to your face, I am jealous of you, or you get some type of vibe from this woman, basically proving that she is uncomfortable in your company, you should have no reason to pass judgment on another woman for no reason. It doesn't matter where she works, where she lives, with whom she is sleeping with. That is none of your business. That has nothing to do with you. And you do not have the right to sabotage or attempt to sabotage another person's life due to your faulty perception of who this person is. And when you run into women like this, you can't really understand them. Because these women, they are hell bent on ruining another woman's life for no particular reason at all. And personally, I've had situations that I've gone through where I've had so-called girlfriends and they tried to be with every guy that I was with. It just didn't make any sense. And I couldn't understand it. But see, that is a pure sign of jealousy. Because I couldn't see myself going behind my girlfriend's, my girlfriend and her boyfriend. I can't see that. Why would I be interested in becoming intimate with a friend of mine's boyfriend? That's just like disgusting to me. I don't know. I don't know. That's me personally. But there are some women that, they take great pride in taking men from other women. They have absolutely no class. No class whatsoever. Now, as I said, this is something that needs to be changed because it is truly damaging our society and the way we form interrelational connections. There should be no reason why a woman would feel more comfortable in the company of a man than she would a woman. And even in that instance, you will have women say, oh, she's hanging out with all these guys because, she's a slut, or she's a tramp, or she does this with them and she does. And that's not always the case. From my personal opinion, I've never had guys that I consider true friends actually approach me in that manner. Now, if guys have taken an interest in me while we were friends, they would bring it up to me, but it'll be very subtle. And that's another thing when it comes to women, they continuously believe that all men are the same. Men have these labels as being dogs. So the fact that he's a man, he's a dog. So I can't trust him around my friends. You shouldn't feel like that when your man is in the company of your friends. If you feel like that, then something is very, very wrong. It's either you have a negative association with your friend or a negative association with your mate. There should be no reason why you feel less than or inadequate in the company of another woman. It doesn't matter if she's wearing something that you would consider to be revealing, or her hair looks a certain way, or she's working at a particular job and that makes you feel insecure. Your insecurities are your insecurities, not hers. They do not belong to her, they belong to you. Therefore, you need to take time out and reflect on what is wrong with you. Because the problem is not on the outside, it's actually on the inside. And the reason why I chose to address this topic today is because it's almost like a plague. It's a real illness. It's like overwhelming, and we are not showing any prospect of change. When I walk down the street or I, move around the city, it's always someone in my face or looking at me strangely. And I say to myself, why? And 9 times out of 10, it's women. I don't have that issue when it comes to men. Men will actually open up their mouths. Hey, how you doing? You look nice today. But why is it that we cannot say that to women? Why is it that the only contact we prefer is the company of men? Have you ever had a group of friends that were real friends? Female friends? Because if you had, you would definitely know that that is a good feeling like no other. Even though I prefer the company of males, I've also had a great number of female friends. I mean, real friends. Friends I didn't have to watch around my man. I didn't have to worry about jealousy or envy. But I've also had a group of friends, female friends, that I've known for years. And as the years go on, these female friends have turned on me. And I cannot understand why. You never will ever actually get the actual reason as to why these women are acting this way towards you. So please do not look for it, because you will not get it. But I can assure you that it is not your fault. You should not be punished for the perception of another and how another perceives you based on what she feels. Ladies, we have to stick together because it's not only essential for society as a whole. We also have to encourage our daughters to establish solid female friendships. We have to encourage our sons to understand that women do not hate each other. I believe that some men have become comfortable with the idea that women cannot stand each other. And this is why some men, not all, but some men put women in these particular situations where they are competing for his affection. Some men have grown comfortable with the concept that women will fight like cats and dogs for the affection of a man. And it's comical to them. And why is it, ladies, why is it that every time you seem to have an issue with your companion, you turn your rage to the woman? You do not know this woman. Why are you willing to jump on this woman like if she is someone who has done you wrong? Your issue is with your man. That is who you sleep with. That is who you eat with. That is who you do everything with. Why is the first person that you turn your rage to is a woman? Why is that? That is a question that I need you guys to answer. You ladies, all of you. And gentlemen, please, I hope you are open to this subject as well. Because I know you are sick and tired of being treated like a dog on a short leash. And you shouldn't have to tolerate that. It doesn't matter how much you love someone or how much someone loves you. You shouldn't have to tolerate being treated like a dog on a short leash because your woman is insecure. Now, I'm going to end on this note. The holidays are coming. I wish everybody a happy, healthy, safe, and prosperous Thanksgiving Day for all of you who do celebrate Thanksgiving. In my opinion, Thanksgiving is every day. I am thankful every day that I have life, and you all should be thankful as well. Be safe. Enjoy yourself, and please hold your beverages. Do not get crazy, drink and drive. Do not do that. If you are too drunk to drive, call a cab, stay home. Enjoy this time with your family. And for those of you who do not have family or whose family is very small, such as myself, enjoy your time being alive and being with the people you love the most. Because whether your family is large in numbers or small in numbers, you are loved and you will always be loved. Be blessed, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.